Why is Trump leading in many states? To be quite honest, I tend to remove myself from any political discussion. Yet I just saw a news article that said Trump is leading in basically every swing in America. From Reddit's news I see he is on trial. Can someone make sense of this to me? He has a lot of supporters. Many people see indictments as with hunts and it's actually helping him. It's a year out. It's all horse race shit for big media to get clicks and viewers. It's 50-50. So just show up to vote and ignore all the noise. Virtually every poll had Trump losing in 2016 and we all know how that turned out. I do not pay attention to polls at all since then. They're projections, not actual vote tallies. You won't know until it happens. Right now the polls that get most widely reported are the ones with the most shock value. Polls now don't really measure much except name awareness in any case. It's like scores in preseason games. Polling from a year out isn't too accurate. We'll have a better understanding of candidate leads by the summer. I live in Way. I guarantee if he is on the ballot he will win this state by a landslide. Old people answer the phone. Young people don't. It is nearly impossible to run an accurate poll in 2023. Gas, food, utility costs and housing costs are high compared to when Trump was in office. Plus, many think the indictments are politically motivated. Because people vote primarily with their wallets and inflation has made people feel poorer. It's that simple. I say this as someone who will never for Trump. But a big reason that Trump has the traction he does is because the Democratic Party sucks at picking good candidates. A lot of people like Trump because he's not a politician and understands the economy and believe they'll bring home more money because he'll lower taxes compared to Biden. Displacement. People are upset at their own financial situations and are blaming the economy. When people blame the economy, they end up blaming their government. And people think that the president has a lot to do with their government. Trump seemed to be a savior, being a total deviation from the normal politician. As someone who is not a Trump supporter, everything was cheaper when Trump was in office. Regardless of how, why, what, etc., etc. I do think this has a great influence into his popularity. Again, not a Trump supporter, so please do not butcher me for making this comment. The election is a year away. The primaries are state by state, not national. Maybe we'll get lucky and both Trump and Biden will die. Of natural causes, of course. People are suffering. Their lives were better 4 years ago. Before you jump down my throat, I am not a Trump supporter. I am explaining political realities. Those articles you're reading are incorrect. A lot of this polling this far out is being done in small populations via landline. He is the only Republican candidate that has managed to stay ahead of the pack. But no, he's not leading every single swing state. What you resist will persist. Don't feed the troll or it will grow. Those two simple concepts have completely evaded the left. I freaking can't stand Trump, but I don't talk and post about him constantly. I am so sick of hearing his name. Because the media has blown their credibility so fucking bad, most people just don't believe anything they say and actually go for the opposite. Also, Reddit is the worst indicator of anything political due to a mass majority either being non-American or dumbass college kids who live in an echo chamber. The working class American, which are all races, religions and ages, see how terrible shit is now because they actually live it. They, which are also a massive voting bloc, focus mostly on the economy and things that affect their families, so they tend to vote that way. Because Reddit doesn't represent the real world. The US is a two-party political system. Opponents usually have a polling advantage because people who are unhappy with the government have no choice but to support the opponent. Also, Republicans are generally crazy. You want the truth? It's because inflation is out of control and people assume if Trump was in office we wouldn't be in two wars right now. It is only because we are paying triple for gas, double for rent, involved in wars, groceries way up and no politician seems to care. WTF do any of those leeches in DC do? Trump is a current representation of people's emotions. You cannot corporate talk your way out of actual issues. Fix that and Trump goes away. That's why populists when they speak the general population's sentiment louder. Biden is dealing mainly with two very tangible issues facing the American people: inflation and unaffordable housing. For some odd reason people think a tax cheat, fake billionaire, and multiple-time bankruptcy filer is going to fix that. But TBH, I don't take polls very seriously. They seems more like a tool to disenfranchise and demoralize Democrat voters. Why is Biden's age a issue but not Trump's in these polls? Biden is 81 and Trump is 77. Don't believe the hype. Just vote. Biden is a forced choice. A lot of voters who will vote for him don't want to but recognize that Trump is obviously far worse. In polling terms, this means so far out from election a huge segment of voters that will eventually vote Biden are on the fence. By contrast, Trump's cult are very straightforward. It's the economy. Stupid. James Carville pretty much sums it up. High inflation combined with crazy housing prices have hurt a lot of people. Neither one hurts the wealthy nearly as much as the poor. Powell and the Fed have brought inflation down without causing a recession so far, which is good, although it's still not on target. Biden's working on the housing cost issue by trying to get zoning rules loosened some and opening up some business space for housing. Unfortunately, it's not gonna happen overnight. We need more supply, period. And preferably of the low-cost variety. McMansions are too expensive for most folks. Inflation really hurts people. It is the ultimate tax. The reason people like him so much is because he triggered the other side. That was always it. Polls don't mean anything anymore. They are not accurate. I have not, nor do I know absolutely anyone that has ever been polled on anything. It's like Family Feud's polls. They are only asking like 100 women or some shit. Just go vote. Don't worry about that because worrying about that is going to make you feel like you're wasting your vote. Just vote as if life the way you know it in this country depends on it, because it very well may. And for the love of fuck, don't forget about third party. It is a viable vote. Fuck this two-party bullshit. This latest poll only took 3,600 candidates, or about 400 from each state. The Mosley poll OLD people with landlines who are willing to chat. Young people don't answer random numbers and young people tend to vote Democrat. So don't listen to the polls. But do go vote. I think there's a feeling that voting for Trump is poking a finger in the eye of the woke movement. Parents don't want their kids being taught that gender dysphoria is common when everyone knows it's rare. They don't want to be told that they are racist when they aren't, etc. The best thing anyone can possibly do is to assume that Trump is going to win in 2024. And then do whatever you have to in order to prepare for or prevent that outcome. But for now, make decisions as if, otherwise, he's going to win. Because Biden has historically low approval numbers and Trump has a very loyal and large support base. Assess the sampling methods. You'll find they're not that well crafted and he's generally lagging. But that doesn't sell the news and they have to keep up this visage that he stands a chance to win. To keep viewers plugged in. I think it's an indication how bad people believe Biden is as a president.